Hi, I'm John Stuart Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List, and I'm here today with Earl Wright from As Good as New Fence. Hey, Earl, man, I really appreciate you coming in. And listen, I got to tell you about this guy first of all. When I met him, of course, he has multiple locations. He has an office in Houston, and where's the other one?
Houston, Austin, and DFW.
And DFW. Okay, and as soon as I met him, I just all I could say is that I just felt his spirit. He is an honest guy, as honest as you get, and I've got to spend some time with him. I've met all your staff. He invited me over to his house for a Christmas party, and it was just I got to meet everybody. And you just have some of the best, most wonderful people. And now you've been in business since 1995, right?
Yes, sir, and thank you so much for those kind words, John. Yeah, 1995 was when we got started, and we're coming up on 25 years here in November.
25 years. Now, what got you in this business in the first place?
Well, it was an accident, to be honest with you, John. I bought a house in 95, and shortly afterwards, later on that year, the fence started looking bad. And I started looking for someone to come out and make it look better. And I just couldn't find anyone to do it. So I ended up doing it myself. I liked it. And I said, you know what? If I couldn't find someone to do it, then chances are other people are looking for it as well. Mm-hmm. And here we are 25 years later.
So listen, the heart of this whole thing was I want to give something to others that's not available. And I love how things are birthed a lot of times. And just talking to you, you're like, I don't want to do anything other than this. 25 years later, you are just as in love with what you're doing as you were when you got started.
Absolutely. As I told you previously, if 10 people came in right now with 10 different opportunities for me, I would look at all 10 and say thank you, but no thank you. And I'd stay and do exactly what I'm doing right now because I love doing it.
So Earl, all fences are not the same, right? Like all wood. I mean, like you might get a price on something that you think is a great price, but it does depend on the wood, right?
You would think all wood fences are built the same, but they're not. We use metal posts. Believe it or not, you still got some contractors out there putting in wood posts. On a 6-foot high fence, we're going to put 3 cross rails per panel on it. Mm-hmm. 8 foot, we're going to put 4. But believe it or not, you've got some contractors doing 3 and 2. And we only use Western red cedar fence pickets. Now, the thing to know about that is you've got pressure treated pine, you've got spruce, you've got whitewood, you've got incense cedar, you've got Japanese cedar. If you don't know the difference between those 4, 5, or 6 different types of wood, you might think you're getting a great deal on it, and you might not be. We get a lot of phone calls. We probably get at least 1 or 2 every couple of weeks where someone has gotten something put in, they've got a problem with it, and they can't find the person or the company that put it in, and it's always more expensive to come back and redo it than it would have been to just do it.
Yeah.
Our fences come with a lifetime warranty.
We feel so sure about every job you do that we're going to continue to back you from here in every place that you go for $10,000 on every job that you do. And by the way, I wanted to tell you that As Good as New Fence came from because he had a heart to help people who couldn't afford to buy an all new fence. And so he has gone and he is a pro. I would have to say you're one of the first pros that actually focused on refurbishing fences and making them as good as new in the market rather than replacing them.
Right. We cut our teeth on restoring fences. Mm-hmm. That was how we got started. And we're probably the only fence company still around doing it that came in during that same time period.
Like you actually helped create the stain that people are using today to stain fences, right?
That's correct. A very well-known, reputable brand of stain. I was one of the first fence contractors that they sold to, and I helped them develop the line of stain.
Yeah. So literally, one of the guys who helped write the book on refurbishing your fence. So if you need your fence refurbished, which you can take just about any level. I mean, there's obviously some they use low builder grade material where the wood is breaking off and warping that you can't fix, obviously. But in most cases, most solid fences can be refurbished. So if you're in that position, you're like, hey, I don't really want a whole new fence, but I want it refurbished. These are the guys to go to, guys. And for a new fence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you've got a fence that needs a little bit of TLC, they don't call us As Good As New for nothing. We can come out, adjust the gates, get them working properly for you. If you need some posts reset or replaced, pickets replaced, clean and stain. If you're not careful, you'll think it's a new fence. We've had customers that we've done that process on, and before we got finished with it, they thought it was a new fence. The neighbors thought they had gotten a new fence after we finished. So they don't call us As Good As New for nothing. And if you don't believe us, go to the website and check us out.
Yeah, go check them out on Google. Their reviews are amazing.
AsGoodAsNewFence.com, and from there you can go to the Facebook page, and we've got just tons and tons and tons of photos of stuff that we've restored, as well as new fencing that we built as well.
And from our conversation, it's usually 20% the cost of replacing an entire fence.
Yeah, restoration is going to be probably less than 20%, John. You can restore a fence for less than 10% of the cost of a new fence.
Wow.
And increase the life of it as well.
If you need a fence, I trust every job that he does enough to put a $10,000 guarantee on it. That's what our company believes in whenever when we look at As Good As New fence. Earl is going to do you right every single time. And listen, you can find him at asgoodasnewfence.com, or you can go to the Good Contractors List under fence, and you'll always be able to find him there. Earl, you are amazing, and I love having you as part of my team. I love that you have invited me into your family and allowed me to come over and spend some time with you guys. And listen, honest guy, as honest as it gets. If you need a fence, go to As Good As New Fence.
Well, thank you so much, John. And correction, I'm not amazing. I'm just a guy, but I hire amazing people.
Yeah.
And for that reason, we've been able to, 25 years later, still be in business, 12,000 plus customers.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
If the job's not right, we'll get it fixed.